So this is Nick with Only SP. We're here checking out Kingdom Come Deliverance. So tell us a little bit about what we're seeing right now.
It's a first-person RPG, similar to, for example, Skyrim, but it's realistic medieval RPG, meaning that it's set in real-world history, in real-world location. You can actually visit the places that are in the game, and it's set in the 15th century medieval Europe, in a kind of ugly civil war. We have a lot of freedom. It's 16 square kilometers large countryside, modeled after real world, and it has unique first-person melee combat that is very accurate, done together with the actual swordsman. It has a lot of freedom, just like Skyrim. You can do a lot of stuff, a lot of mini games. You can steal everything, go anywhere. But we put a lot of emphasis on this story as well. So a lot of quests with pretty strong characters and storylines. You can finish or play every quest by several different ways. There's a lot of moral choices and stuff. And yeah, that's it. That's the game.
Okay, now as far as the narrative goes, do you play as one individual character and kind of explore his life and his story, or are we kind of playing a story of a region as the war tears apart just like a multiple characters?
You are playing as one given character. You can change his visual. Well, what is
his appearances? Yeah. Like customized character.
You can change his appearances. It's a guy who lost everything thanks to the Civil War. His hometown was burned down by invading army. His family was killed, and now he's working for a noble who was a friend of a king and wants to save the king who was kidnapped. That's the reason why there is a civil war. So you are basically in the service of the noble, trying to help him, and in the meantime, you can also go after your personal revenge because you know who killed your family, so you want to get a revenge. But it sounds a little bit cliche. It may sound a little bit cliche, but the story gets much more complicated as you proceed. So it's not just this black and white typical story.
So the story structure is multiple kind of side quests in a main narrative quest. Is that kind of how it's similar? Up?
It's quite similar to Skyrim, for example. So there is a main story which is like 20 quests. It can take like 20 hours to play, but there's tons of side quests. So I would say that the overall gameplay length would be more than 50 hours. And currently we plan to have like 100 quests. The main story waits for you. So if you don't like it or you want to spend your time some differently, you can play the side quest, and there's tons of different activities and possibilities in the world.
Okay, can you go a little bit into the combat? Now, is it just hack and slash kind of vertical and horizontal strikes with blocking, or is there counters, or how is it kind of broken up?
It's quite sophisticated, very different to other games. So basically in other games, when you slash, your sword goes through the target, and they play some animation on the enemy or something, but basically there is no actual collisions. What makes us very different is that it's physics based. So if you hit something, there's proper action. The sword stops at the impact. The enemy is affected. You are affected. On top of that, it's first person, which is quite unique, I would say. And you have a lot of choice how to attack. So you can select, basically like in a first person shooter, you can select in which body part you want to attack. And you can select multiple different types of attacks on every body part. And on top of that, we have like 20 combos for every weapon, so that gives you a lot of choice for tactical options, or let's say. And also, somebody said on our forums on the Twitter or whatever that we are actually a first entertainment piece that doesn't treat armor like it's made from paper. So when you have an armor, you are basically invincible. So the combat is based on stamina a lot. So you need to exhaust your opponent if he has a full plate armor, and then push him to the ground, for example, in the end, and give him one fatal blow. If somebody doesn't have armor, you can kill him basically with one blow to the head, because the swords are quite ultimate weapons.
So is this a pretty gory game? Would you say? Is there dismemberment? Can you hack a limb off? What's the level of kind of like what's
gory.
Its rating?
Currently, we don't have any dismemberment. But mostly for technical reasons. But on the other hand, you can also be merciful, and if you win a fight, you can let your opponent go, which is actually what happened in the age of chivalry. That people were not just killing themselves, but when they kind of won, they may let the other side go, which happened. It's documented.
Right. Now, you say it's 16 square miles,
Yes.
square kilometers,
Kilometers.
Okay. So just for fans that are kind of curious, that don't know exactly how far that is, how long would you estimate it would take on horseback to travel from one end to the other?
Well, the horse can
ballpark
travel, I guess, 24 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
So if you go,
So we're gonna do some complex mathematical equations.
So
here.
if you go straight from one side to side, it's like 4 kilometers. So it can take, like, theoretically, if there were no obstacles, it can take, like, 5-10 minutes or something. But there are obstacles, so I would say that it would take you like 20 minutes to get from one side to other of the map.
What's the terrain mainly consist of? Is there a lot of bodies of water? Is it mainly plain? Is there mountains?
It's made after real countryside, so it's real world location. The castles and everything are actual locations in real world. We use satellite map to generate the world, so basically it's very accurate to real world. People who live there or who visit it can recognize the places, and it's Central European countryside, so a lot of forests, some hills and castles, and I think it looks gorgeous.
Okay.
I hope.
No, it does. It looks very gorgeous. All right. So what is this coming out on, this game, and when can we approximately expect it, if you guys have released that yet?
It should be released on summer 2016 on PC, next generation consoles, Mac and Linux, hopefully.
Okay.
We promised. So
So no PS3, no Xbox 360.
no PS3, no Xbox.
And,
Xbox One, PS4.
Okay, PC's confirmed. Linux and Mac are likely confirmed, but not 100%.
Yes.
Okay.
They are promised, so we should do it. I'm not
Okay.
sure if it be day one, but we want to do it. And also, it's already available for backers people can still back us in our crowdfunding campaign, and so it's available on Steam right now if you back us. And we are going to release public beta in form of early access probably by the end of the year.
Okay, so this is Kingdom Come Deliverance, and thanks for talking with me.
Thank you very much.